Yo, baby. How are y'all doing on this beautiful, beautiful evening, you beautiful men and women all around the world? Tonight, you're tuned in to Networking with your host, Basil Artist. Guys, today we are going to be talking about how to go to how to make 5 to 7 figures within 6 months. And this is really for dummies, and this is also part one. So we're just getting started. We're gonna break down this in like many different sections. But also, if you become a member, or if you get the top membership, then you get all these bangers. And so I would suggest people become members. Let's get into the memberships. Actually, let's talk about that a little quick. There's multiple tiers. I Every time I have my show, I recommend people not to get the top tier, because if you're kind of not at that business mindset yet, or even in that mindset at all, then it might be overwhelming, or you might not even need that information yet, right? So, when you become a member in the networking, or not actually a networking show, but Mentuition Network, you not only get my show, you get Parallel Perspectives, you also get Mentuition Academy. So there's a lot of value that you get by being a member. Personally, I have courses I drop. I do have also an ebook, but this is for the top members only. I know Hector from the host of Parallel Perspectives. He does fitness and stuff like that. So there's different stuff, and his ebooks are also good as well. So there's different type of value that you can get from everyone. So I wouldn't recommend you to get the top one. I would say start from the bottom, or maybe even the second one, and then keep working your way up as you watch the Mentuition Network. You'll gain so much value, and you will build yourself up all around. The Mentuition Network is basically to help men and women become their best versions. So take what you can from it. Write down your takeaways. I hope we do provide value to you guys. I hope today I provide good value to you guys. So honestly, let's get started. I'm ready. Um, I am live. So what we're gonna do is I kind of have some notes I have right here to the side, just so I could stay on track, manage time. I do not have a lot of time today, but I definitely had to pop out with a show. Um, so how to be dumb and make 5 to 7 figures. This is kind of a 6 month plan, a 6 month setup. I'm not telling you quick get money and get rich quick schemes. I'm not telling you any of that. I'm telling you how to be legit and make 5 to 7 figures, and you can do that within 6 months. What do I mean by 5 to 7 figures? I'm talking about yearly. Well, the 5 figures is monthly, obviously, but then the 7 figures is yearly. So this is kind of a 6 month plan. I made 5 figures when I started like grinding really hard in 3 months. So five just gives you that extra month, kind of set everything up. I also didn't have this to help me, right? I didn't have kind of a game plan. I kind of winged it, and it worked, right? So this is kind of a game plan. Nor did I have the stuff that we're about to talk about. So I'm gonna go over this, and for the people that have the top memberships, then you kind of already know this. You've seen this before, but we'll write it out again. We're gonna start with chapter one. Chapter one, and we will write for chapter one main three components to making internet money. Right? And why did I put internet money? You might be asking, well, I don't want to make internet money. I That's not your thing, right? You're not like an internet guy, or you're not a social media person. I'm just telling you how I know how to make 5 to 7 figures, right, within this 6 month plan. Everyone has it a little different way. You could talk to 10 different millionaires, and they're going to give you 10 different ways how to make $1 million. If you ever heard of that, there's not only one right way. There's multiple right ways, but I'm specifically talking about social media because that's what I'm good at, and I know this is a proven thing that will work for you. So main three components in making internet money. Number one, right? And you could have two of these things. So there's three main components clearly, and out of these three main components, you only need two of them to actually succeed, right? Or for this to succeed. So number one, so I kind of write it down with y'all. We'll go number one. I don't like how I have that. Let's go down a little more. Number one, and it's credibility. So it's credibility, right? And actually, matter of fact, I'm gonna write all these down. So number two, is time, and number three is well, we'll put money, right? So these are the three main components to making internet money, right? Credibility, time, and money. What do I mean by credibility, time, and money? Well, if you have money, and I'll take that even one step backwards. What did I mean by saying you only need two of these to, you know, actually be successful in making internet money? So money. We'll start with the money section and we'll go backwards, go up to credibility. If you have money and time, how are you not going to be successful on the internet? It's all about running. If you have money and time, you're running ads, you're looking up videos on the best way to run ads, what times to post your post. Um, that's the type of content you're going to be looking up, and if you have endless amount of time, then you're going to be good. And if you have endless amount of money, you're going to be able to hire an editor, you're going to be able to hire someone to do all your thumbnails, all your clips, you're going to be able to hire an assistant and make sure everything's on track. If you have the time with that, you're going to be able to do 2 live streams a day. You're going to be able to post 1 video a day. You're going to be able to do more than anyone else is going to do. So, and the thing about the internet and social media is consistency. It's not about the top fucking trend. It's not about whatever else they say it is. It's consistency. I promise you, it's consistency. Um, from my eyes, and you can look this up statistically, podcasts always fail after 8 episodes. 8 episodes, right? And statistically, YouTube channels, it takes a year to get to 1,000 subscribers. I've grown multiple YouTube channels to 1,000 subscribers within 3 months or less, right? So this is kind of a game plan that is a proven thing. It is consistency. You post 5 to 7 days a week on social media. That means Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, you'll be fine. You're good. Because the algorithm is going to start pushing you, and the people are going to keep seeing you. If people keep seeing you on their fucking timeline, one of these times they're going to be like, all right, fuck it. What is this? What are they talking about, right? And if you keep posting it enough, you're going to get haters. And guess what's going to happen? The haters are going to go to your comments. And once the haters go to your comments, the algorithm is like, oh, people are interacting on his posts. It's engagement, pop, pop, pop. And then you just go farther with that. And before we go further, let me do something. Let me add a screen. I don't want to. Okay. Let me grab that. Guys, my bad. Bear with me real quick. I'm going to. I'm just doing this so I can read all your chats. So I'm just going to go to the channel real quick. I should have done this before the live, but we'll do it now. You too. Okay. Does it matter what time you post, AM or PM? Yes, it does matter what time you post. On every single channel, it matters what time you post. Personally, it depends on your content. It could depend on what platform you're on. I mean, it's TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, it all matters. What I've seen is YouTube Shorts does not give a fuck, and what I've seen, Instagram Reels also doesn't give a fuck. Because when I posted Instagram Reels on my networking show, I was getting 1,000, and I was posting back to back to back, like whenever time I wanted to. Um, TikTok, it does matter, and I've seen it matters. But again, if you're pushing out consistently every day, you're still good. But if you can do it consistently at the same time every day, you're kind of invincible. So I kind of explained money and time. Let's go to credibility. Who's someone that's credible? I'm trying to think of some credible names. If you wanted to talk about distribution, who would you go to? Is Jeff Bezos a credible name, right? If you want to talk about technology, um, wow, that would have been bad. I was about to say Steve Jobs, right? But if you wanted to go to technology, would Zuckerberg be someone that's a big name and a credible name? Yes, these are people that are credible. Credibility is a huge part of it. You're gonna buy something that might have Facebook stamped over something that has my book stamped, right? What the fuck is my book? But we know Facebook, but we don't know what my book is, right? So credibility kind of puts you at a certain caliber, right? How do you get credibility on Instagram? How do you get credibility on YouTube? How do you get credibility on all these social media platforms? There's a lot of ways, right? Um, but this one way is fake it to make it, and this has been a proven way for everyone or not. Everyone, that's not a one hit fucking wonder. If you listen to your favorite singer, your favorite artist, they're talking about the money that they didn't have when they were first starting out. They didn't really have that money. They might have that money now, but they didn't have that money. It doesn't matter what someone did again, unless they had a breakout fucking song and they weren't lying and capping on it. That's not faking to make it, right? But most people, you gotta fake it to make it, right? And if that's something that you don't want to do, then all right, don't do it. But I'm trying to put you on a game plan. This is um, the way to make 5 to 7 figures, and this is my 6 month game plan. So credibility, and we'll start with Instagram because if you're good on Instagram, then you gotta branch off of everything else. For Instagram, I would suggest everyone, if you're trying to get big on social media, whatever it is, buy the blue check, right? I was big before the blue check, but and then I seen what happened when after I got the blue check, right? You blow up even bigger. Your stuff start hitting the algorithm a little more. People respect it a little more. Yes, they're gonna see. Oh, they could be like, oh, you bought the blue check. Okay, well, also when people see the blue check, they're more likely to still look at it, and it shows you're putting time. I do not. I get mounts so many fucking DMs. Some of the DMs I don't even answer because I truly can't read it. But if you don't have a blue check, you're not going to stand out to me, and I probably won't click it because in my head, you're not taking your business that serious. You're not taking whatever you're doing that serious to do something as little as get verified, show you're a real person, show you're not a fucking bot, right? So credibility is a huge thing. So on Instagram, is one of the best things to do to show credibility is to get that blue check. Um, Now, since we kind of understand the credibility, we kind of have time and money. I'm gonna break down how you have two of each and be madly successful in this. So if you had credibility and time, you're already a credible source, right? So people are willing to listen to you, right? They might not buy your product or service yet, but they will listen to you because you have credibility. Now, if you have the time and you have the credibility, again, if you have time, you're fucking gonna be on fire because you can research and do all the back end stuff that you need to do. If you're pushing out mad content and you only have credibility and time, come on, you're gonna kill it because again, you have credibility and time, and over time, you're gonna get those couple stragglers that are gonna be like, okay, actually, let me try out his product or his service And they're gonna like it if you're actually putting the work in. If you have the time to develop it correctly, they're gonna like it, right? When people become a member of Mentuition Network, they like it, they stay. We have right now we have 100% retention rate, but there's a reason for that because we provide value. And if people see your value, they're gonna stay, they're gonna like it, and they're gonna keep rocking with you. So you have credibility in time, you have credibility in money. If you have credibility in money, that's like talking to fucking, let's say Kylie Jenner. She has credibility and she has money, right? If she starts any fucking brand she wants, she can push it. She could push it to stores because she has credibility. She's gonna be able to make the networking opportunities. She might be able to DM someone on Instagram. Someone's gonna hit her up because she has the credibility, right? Also goes again with what I was saying about the blue check, but we'll get down back to that. If you have the credibility and the money, you're gonna be able to push your stuff to places you won't usually maybe not be able to push. You might not have that much time, but guess what? Since you have the money, you might be able to buy time by hiring people to help you. You have that money and credibility. You're gonna go and hit someone in the DMs and be like, "Yo, I'm trying to start this, right?" Or I'm trying to collab on this, and they're gonna show you respect. And they might be like, "Oh, well, you gotta pay for it. Cool, I'll pay for that collab." You can start paying people for a collab that might be even like 4K, right? Again, I'm talking about money, right? We're not talking about little money. I'm talking about money. Now, if you want to do it on a smaller scale with money and credibility, honestly, bro, just go. There's so many Instagram accounts that you can go and you can pay them $100 to $200. Or some of these accounts they do 25, even $10, and they'll post you on their page. Um, they'll post you on your page. They'll do stories and they'll do it throughout the week. You just have to find the right people, but they will do it. I've never personally done it. I do have to say that, but I know people that actually do it for people, and I see the success behind it. And I will in the future be doing it because I do have something that's rolling out soon that I will be pushing. So I will be doing that. I actually might do it even with Network King, just show because I know it's a proven tool that will work. These people already have credibility. Network King might not have that much credibility, right? Basil Artist has credibility, but Network King, the actual show, doesn't have that much credibility. But guess what? When I start pushing out to these channels that are promoting podcasts and I'm paying them $25 and they're already doing it for free and they're getting 100K fucking views and likes, them me paying them $25 and be like, hell yeah, like why would I not? So you're gonna have to think about that. Now, money and time, I've kind of already gone over. Credibility and money, we went over that. So we'll go to the next part, which is chapter 2, guys. And I hope y'all are taking notes. It's been 18 minutes. This will be a short live for multiple reasons. The first reason being, and the most important reason, this is stuff that you get by having the top membership in Mentuition Network. You have these one-on-one calls where I do this with you and we break this down together. I've said course right a lot, and I know people are like, oh, well, Basil has a course, and why buy the Mentuition Network membership when I could just buy the course? Well, no, actually, you need to be a member to even get the availability to this stuff. You have to be a member of the Mentuition Network to get any piece of this. And it's not, you don't even get it for free. You get it for a discount, right? So you get discount of what I was actually going to sell the course for. But then I was like, for Mentuition Academy, I'm going to make this something that only they can get it. So that's what I did, and so now it's just kind of on 50% sale for anyone that's in the Mentuition Academy, which I guess kind of is the base price now because I'm not gonna up it. But yeah, I can't be giving you all the plays. So number one, this is we're kind of starting our business plan. But I didn't. My bad. Hold on. I'm folding. I'm folding. My bad, guys. My bad. So I do this. Number one, LLC. Number two, what the fuck? Don't DDoS us, please. Number two, niche. Number three is building credibility. I'll go back to that. I'll fix it. Credibility, and we'll kind of put this in parentheses, and we'll do social media, and we'll go like that. Um, Jesus, I can't write for anything. Okay, so now that we have an LLC niche and building credibility, you kind of see how this might tie into the stuff before that, building credibility, definitely, because I have the same thing. Um, last show on networking, we kind of already talked about LLCs. So if you want to go back and kind of understand that a little more, but I will actually be going deep into this myself right here. So number one, K. Salcido says, "What's the biggest mistake you see people make when trying to grow and make money off of social media? Giving up too quick and just falling off. Um, just consistency. I mean, that's all it is. If you're consistent, then you over time you'll realize the mistakes you're making, and you'll just consistently get better. So the biggest mistake I would say is consistency. People not putting the work in over and over and over and over and doing the same thing over and over again. So number one with LLC. LLC, for the people that didn't watch my last live, is a limited liability company. You can there's websites you can file this for free. I personally did it through one of my accountants. Um, because I like everything structured. I have multiple LLCs, I have multiple holding companies, trusts, etc. But an LLC is a limited liability company. You want to set this up for tax purposes and liability purposes. You do not want people coming after your personal wealth. You don't want people coming after your personal credit. Um, yeah, that's the stuff that you don't personally want affected. So you don't want to do that. But um, so you want to get the limited liability company, and that's the first step of any business plan. I see so many people fail at this. If you don't have a LLC, guess what? You're going to pay all those taxes, and taxes are going to be more than if it was a limited liability company. On top of that, you want this LLC so in the long term you can apply for business credit. So you might be going tough times, in like personal tough times. It might be bad, and you don't want to use your personal credit card because that tanks your personal credit. You're not gonna be able to get loans in the future, et cetera, et cetera. That looks bad on you. But if you use your business credit, that's attached to your business. You see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with that? So it would be better for that. But also, for this particular business plan, we're just talking about money, time, and credibility. If you have an LLC and you have this is again a 6 month plan. After a month, you can get 4.5K from Chase. After 5 months, you can get 50K from them. I've done it multiple times. It's not that hard. Well, and in total, it was actually like five, like 60K, right? So and I've done this multiple times. I have credit guys, which I will probably be doing a live with them, and they'll go over their whole thing. I'm not that big on credit hacking. They are, and I have people for everything, because they're professionals in what they do. So yes, over time you will be able to build a rapport, and it's linked with your EIN, which is your kind of your tax, kind of your social security for your business, right? And you'll be able to get business funding. That business funding you will use as the money to build your credibility, because you might have the money and time, but you might have the time and the credibility. But I said that completely wrong. You're gonna now have the money and the time, right? And then you're gonna be able to build your credibility up, right? Using the LLC, and then from there you're kind of invincible, right? How does that LLC tie into the building credibility in a niche? We'll say for the niche for last. This guy's is not actually in order. So we'll go number three, which is building credibility. How do you build a credibility? Well, first after you get that LLC, and you might need the funding, you might not need the funding, but either way, you still want to set up the LLC. After you set that up, and let's say you do get the funding, um, building credibility is easy on Instagram. You could buy followers. I'm not gonna tell you the websites, but you could buy followers. You can get the blue check mark. You can start running ads. You can go to the Instagram profiles for people that run I guess promotions on their channel. So the Instagram stories, their posts, you can start paying these people to blast you out. And once you get blasted out on a consistent basis, you're gonna start hitting the algorithm because people are adding you, people are commenting, their people are engaging with your ads, and that's going to instantly build you credibility, which is the easiest part of this, is that building credibility portion. And you obviously want a niche. So why do you need a niche? Is because when you go to these Instagram pages and you want them to start blasting you, there's Instagram pages that for every niche. So if I'm doing something with cars, there's gonna be Instagram pages for the cars. If I'm doing something with cooking, there's going to be an Instagram page for cooking, fashion, lip gloss, nails, what cosmetology, whatever you're doing, whatever gaming, it doesn't matter. There is an endless amount of Instagram accounts that will be able to promote you, and that's their whole niche, is to promote people, and it works very well. And you can also do that for TikTok, and then you can start running TikTok ads. You can start running Instagram ads on top of that. You can start running YouTube ads. Um, but you want a niche, right? So once you have the niche, it's kind of set up your game plan. LLC, it doesn't matter, guys. Besides, I shouldn't be giving you the sack, but every time put when you're in LLC, doesn't matter whatever the fuck you're doing, put marketing, right? You're gonna get the best funding. I put finances for one of my LLCs, and I still got I've got funded maybe over 150K with that particular LLC, but bro, that's under finances. Well, marketing, I could have been had 500K crazy on that one LLC, right? So and then that LLC has a little age and not a lot, right? So imagine if it was a marketing agency. But yeah, so niche is very important because the niche is kind of where your focal point is. That's where you find your demographic, who you're targeting. You're gonna be able to figure out what type of stuff you need to research and what type of stuff you need to be able to be focused on every single day, and how you kind of need to surround your life around. Personally, am starting to play my game is called Overwatch, right? I want to hit top 500, and I want to start doing video game streaming, right? But I do also have a financial services firm with my girlfriend Kate, where we do insurance, right? I also have Lux Miami, where I'm doing exotic cars, right? So that there's so many other things I'm doing, but from all the different things I'm doing, including networking, I have multiple channels. I have multiple Instagram accounts. I have multiple places I'm putting these things. They're not all in one thing. Basil Artist is where I do my gaming stuff, right? And whatever little side fun content that I make, right? It meaning like a networking king after dark. That's where I'm gonna put my stuff. I'm gonna put those little stuff, the random stuff, on Basil Artists. Networking is more professional, more business, is more knowledge and value that I'm spreading. And that's for my Instagram accounts for networking show, right? That's gonna be my networking show TikTok on my YouTube. For Lux Miami, that's more of my Instagram, right? My Instagram is showing luxury lifestyle. I do promote my other stuff, but not as hard, right? I don't put networking on there. It's more my luxury lifestyle because my luxury lifestyle is building me credibility in every other business situation. So your niches, they're gonna come together over time, but you need to have everything split up. And for every new channel that you create, every new niche you go into, you need a new LLC. And then you need to build credibility in that business and niche. So guys, that is part one. I want to go deeper, but we're hitting that 30-minute mark, and I do not want to give too many keys away. This is kind of dangling everything around. I had to kind of stop myself multiple times of going too deep into each one of these, like credibility. Like if you're one of the top tier members, which the meaning is when you grab the top tier of the memberships, we go like one on one Zoom call for the amount of time that I need to finish a chapter. Which, bro, to finish a chapter might be 3 fucking hours, right? You know what I mean, or whatever time that you have accessible. Um, we're gonna sit there and we're gonna do what's the definition of credibility, what's the definition of time, what's the definition of money, pros of credibility, cons of having credibility, pros of having a lot of time, cons of having a lot of time, pros of money, cons of having money, um, how do these things match together? We're gonna build like diagrams, so the two circles, like a Venn diagram and stuff like that. These are things that we're gonna go very, very deep, and I had to stop myself a couple times of going too deep on this live because that is for people that are the top tier members of the Mentorship Network. That's for the elite members. So I can't give out all the hacks, but I kind of, if you're one of those people that are like, fucking, I'm not going to spend money and I'm still going to succeed, then you'll sit here, you do all that research yourself. You'll sit here and look up the definition of credibility. You'll look up the definition of time and money, what an LLC is, what a niche is, how to leverage it, building credibility, how to do it. You'll sit there and watch fucking days, weeks, months of YouTube videos and get technical and everything. And then once you do that and you have everything broken down, you finally understand, you'll learn how to put it together. Or if you really like or that serious, and you wanted to do it the free way. But right, we're not doing it the free way today. So if you do want me to sit here and break all this down or give you the rest of the chapters, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5, then you need to become a member of the Mentorship Network, and we sit down one on one, and I give you this, right? And I want to go back to what I was saying. I don't provide a course, right? This is mentorship. This is coaching. The reason I don't do courses is because I've I've made money or I've started courses trying to make money. And it's just like, bro, like you give me a course to do this. Like, why not like show me, like really like teach me how to do it yourself? Like, I'm doing something and you could be like, no, that's not how you do it. You do it this way instead, right? And a lot of people don't offer that. And for me, I can't really learn from courses. And also, I don't want to be called a grifter, right? So I'd rather people show me step by step how to do it one on one with me, talk one on one with me. And I've done this so many times that every time I hop on a call, I know what to look for. I know what questions you're going to ask me. So we're going to already start doing it. And over time, you're going to also be able to speak this language better. If you're just reading a book or you're just watching a video, you're not going to get the language as much as you doing it step by step. So, guys, thank you. What's the difference between shorts and clips? Um, no, so clips is kind of so when I say clips, clips is, let's say someone might cut this up, right? This live up, and that'd be a clip. A short is just on YouTube, right? A clip is everything. A clip, you can take that clip, you could put it on a YouTube Shorts. You could take that clip and make a TikTok. You can take that clip and you make an Instagram reel. So a clip is just a cut up section of your video, and a short is just a YouTube reel, right? Or if you don't know what reels are, it's a YouTube version of TikTok. That's what a short is. So, guys, thank you for your time. Please become a member so I can explain this to you in very deep detail. This is 34 minutes in, bro. I only went over chapter 1 and chapter 2, and this is not even an outline of it, really. This is just like naming what is in it, right? I didn't even talk about chapter 3 or 4 or 5. And we're already in 34-minute mark, right? Imagine what you can learn and what value you can grab out of doing this for 3-4 hours and learning this and just learning one chapter of this and then being able to go back. So thank you so much. I hope you guys have an amazing night. I'm gonna have an amazing night, and I'll see you next time. Oh, actually, I lied because you remember what I said? I said every time we're gonna do a yo baby. The last time I watched the video and it cut out. So what we'll do is we'll do a full screen. We'll do a full screen yo baby. My mic keeps moving. I hate this. I need to screw it in or something. So I hope y'all do it with me because this is like my favorite part at the beginning of the video, and now I'm gonna make it part of the end of the video. So yo.